You know, of the 20 qualifications mentioned in my book, Dialed In, Reaching Your Full Capacity as a Man of God, this one qualification can call for immediate removal from ministry if you break it. Find out what it is coming up. Men in the Arena Army, we salute you. Hey guys, thanks for listening to another episode of the Men in the Arena podcast. I'm Jim Ramos, your host and guide of Spotify's #1 podcast for Christian men, guiding you to your best version in the stress bubble of life and beyond. We are shooting this inside of a cottage that my wife and I are staying in for our 32nd anniversary safari, and this has been a wonderful place. If you are listening to this on your phone, you might want to just go to YouTube, check this out, and just see the cool, quaint little environment where we are shooting this podcast video. I want to talk to you today about a chapter in my book called The Faithful Man, Building Guardrails Around Your Bride. You know, when a man who is in ministry is unfaithful to his wife, that can and probably should call for immediate removal from ministry. You know, it's really interesting. I have a lot of guys talk to me nowadays and they say, man, the sexual sin in our country, in our world, with the internet, it's worse now than it's ever been. And I just laugh and I say, you know, honestly, it's not true. In the first century, when Christianity stormed the scene, women had zero rights. Under Roman patria potestas, which is the complete authority of the father, a husband could have his wife killed for disobedience. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius basically said, women, we cannot live with them and we can't live without them, so we'll just have to keep them around, basically so we can have sex with them. Women had no rights, and you know, it was expected for men to be unfaithful to their wives. In fact, Seneca once said, only the ugly are faithful. So when Christianity stormed the scene, the one thing that it brought to the socioeconomic world at that time was this thing called chastity, where a man was now called to be faithful to his wife. And I unpack all of this in my book, Dialed In, Reaching Your Full Capacity as a Man of God. It's really interesting that in the first generation of Christianity, the church, the fledgling church, moved back to this concept of one man and one woman forever, a monogamous Christian relationship, which is why we as Christians do not believe in living together before marriage. We do not believe in sex outside of the marriage covenant. We do not believe in homosexual relationships. Those are not marriage relationships under God's covenant of marriage. The only relationship that God recognizes under his covenant of marriage is a husband and a wife who are married. And you will find more about why I believe so passionately about this and why it's so important to build guardrails around your bride in my book, Dialed In, Reaching Your Full Capacity as a Man of God. Until next time, feel the wet sand on the arena floor, hear the deafening roar of the crowd, taste the sweetness of victory, smell the stench of battle, get in the game, get dirty, grind it out, be faithful to one woman, and be a man.